much so. I mean, I think the biggest difference that I learned initially right off the bat was, coming from these other sports, they had almost feeder programs, right? They had collegiate, high school athletics, collegiate athletics that kind of sculpted what their journeys look like. They understood how a dietitian, how sports medicine, how strength and conditioning kind of intermingled. And maybe it wasn't at the highest professional level, but it was, departmentally. I mean, I remember in even high school athletics, we had to do S&C a few days. We had to work on diet and things like that. So I think the biggest difference was coming here, this athlete population really didn't have any groundwork laid about how an interdisciplinary or how science could possibly even be a part culturally and from an evidence standpoint on what we see statistic wise, how these athletes win, what their journeys look like. So I think that was the biggest difference coming into this population, is realizing someone maybe never even did a rehab from an injury. They might have just brushed it off, threw some dirt on it and kept going. Or they have never really, one-on-one worked with a sports dietitian or a strength and conditioning. And then to put that interdisciplinary model for these athletes together and see if it would actually stick and they would actually use us was a huge, ground-taking feat that we were excited about.
And on top of that, just quickly, Heather, you have not only, and I've noted, I had done performance training, and you're coming from different disciplines, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, who probably wrestling was most familiar because at the collegiate level, they had the infrastructure that you said, right? Yep. But boxing, kickboxing, a bunch of sole proprietors, pure jiu-jitsu experts, the same. But then you have to even look at which is amazing how you've done this so well. You're not just integrating athletes with all different types of backgrounds or lack of knowledge, but the international flavor, where some of this stuff is extremely foreign, right, to what you integrated and maybe never even seen before, moreover used with on a consistent basis.
I mean, there's such cultural norms and cultural factors that play in with these athletes. I mean, especially having that second facility in China. And then, right now I'm interviewing for the third facility in Mexico. So like culturally wise, even medicine, Eastern versus Western medicine, how to meet in that middle ground, because they might go to a physician in China that says, I had an athlete once go and have a small staph infection, and literally they gave them hot tea to drink. And I was like, not that I'm not
it's good.
That there is a lot of Chinese medicine that's amazing, but this athlete had a fight in 2 weeks. I need to make sure that infection doesn't play its course, and I can stop it, halt it, and get that athlete to perform at his optimal level. So like, you really have to mix that like cultural difference. And like you said, Tony, the athletes are a global population. They are found all over the world. So it's really, unique experience having those different components and people with different cultures and different journeys.